Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I saw my partner's Reddit and regret it. Sorry, this is on my phone and a throwaway, so it'll be wonky. I'm just going to word vomit this. Again sorry. The other night my partner, together 10 years married for 6, left their phone in the bathroom with Reddit porn on. That didn't bother me at all until I saw the sub it was from, which caught me off guard. So I looked. God help me, I looked. Curiosity killed this cat because they'd posted on a private sub about how they lost their virginity, to me, on it. They described my body and scars as disturbing and gross. They described me as ugly, fat, not what they ever wanted, which I've already known based on their porn history, and the only reason we're married is because I'd gotten pregnant, that if I hadn't stolen their virginity they'd be happier. In the sub they acted like I was a rapist, and now I can't look at them or myself. If I'd known they didn't love me I wouldn't have married them. I've only wanted them to be happy. I even held off our engagement for years so they could find what they wanted, but they pushed for marriage. I asked them every time we did anything that night to now if they were okay with it. I consistently asked for consent and still do, so if they've ever felt pressured I gave them multiple outs. I don't want this knowledge and I can't talk to them about it or anyone else. I feel empty inside, like my life has been a lie. They say I've been acting weird and I don't know what to say. I've been resisting to just walk out and not come back. You know, Dad went for milk style, but I can't do that to my child, so all I've been doing is avoiding mirrors because I keep getting lost in my thoughts of, did I really hurt them that bad? I ruined their life. Story 2. Existential crisis. I really don't know what am I supposed to be, or what to feel, or what should I think. What's my purpose at all? It felt like it doesn't matter at all, but I felt in denial of it. Is that weird? I have a husband so dear to me, been through my everything, being supportive of what I like and love me for who I am. I love him so much too. Why do I feel like disassociated with the world? Story 3. My students were so awful yesterday, it genuinely makes me want to not be a teacher anymore. I am a Jewish high school teacher and yesterday started my unit on the Holocaust and the memoir night yesterday. I always start this unit with a long and photo-filled PowerPoint to provide background information on the Holocaust and to also allow my students to see the things they will be reading about and discussing in this unit. All of my classes handled this lesson well except one. My worst class. They looked at my presentation and at every opportunity laugh a joke had made light of and completely disrespected the entire lesson and the information I was giving them. I felt so defeated. I felt horrified. I felt like I wanted to break down and cry. I went home and contemplated never going back again. Children are cruel and education has changed. I am not sure I can do this anymore. Story 4. I was sexually humiliated. A week and some days ago, a friend I had been sleeping with for 4 months called me while he was drunk. Days prior I had asked him why he refused to give me head and he said he would never tell me the truth, soberly. While I saw the opportunity, I then asked him. The answer kind of hurt me. He said I tasted wrong the one time he did do it 2 years ago. Not that it smelled or that it was dirty or anything, but compared me to what his ex tasted like. The worst part was that he said he does give head, just that he wouldn't give it to me specifically. The next day after I had expressed how I felt, he said he wanted to take a break from me. I had never cried so hard this past week in my whole life. It does help to know that I was kind of in love with him, still am. I just feel so humiliated, and no, I feel like I'm doubting my looks. I'm too embarrassed to even think of sex with someone else. How could I? The thought of having sex in general makes me feel upset. It's also been getting in the way of self-pleasure. I cry afterward. I feel like shit. Story 5. I don't want to be part of your harem, I want my own. Recently single, 32F. I moved in with a good friend of mine, and we have a sexual history from years prior. He's helping me through my breakup. Well, we had a boundaries talk and that led to us talking about hooking up again. He was, thank goodness, honest about his current situation. He has a rotation. And that's fine, but I told him I'm not interested. And I was honestly a bit upset. It took him, and I think honestly even me, a little bit of time to work through that idea. Was I jealous? No, not quite. So then why was I upset? It dawned on me. I wasn't upset that he was fucking other women, though I would have required him to stop if he wanted to fuck me. It was that I was jealous of him. It's not that I wanted him. It's that I want what he has. A rotation. Around me. I want to be the owner of the harem. Not the member. Didn't really have anyone I could share this with. Story 6. I found a deceased person and I can't stop thinking about it. I go for walks with my son almost every day. We take pretty much the same route along a biking/walking trail. We ended up taking a break from the walks due to the heat wave here that lasted like a week and a half. The last time we went before that, I saw a tiny, blue, one-person tent between two pine trees about 15 feet off the trail. It was slightly see-through so I could tell there was a person in there. I could see that they were laying down and I could hear them making moaning sounds. I could tell by the voice that it was a man. I wasn't sure what to do, if I should have asked if they were okay, but being a small woman with a 1-year-old baby, I was concerned for my safety, so I just kept walking. Well, the heat wave came the next day and I stopped going for walks during that time. After it passed, we resumed our walks. The first time back out there, I rounded the corner and I saw that the tent was still there, along with a very strong odor. I stopped dead in my tracks to see if there was someone in there. No movement, no sound, but I could see that there was someone laying down, just like last time. The only movement around the tent was flies. Flies everywhere. After a second, I could hear the buzzing. I could also see a brownish substance creeping up the fabric from the bottom of the tent. I knew what happened. I knew that whoever was in there was most likely deceased. I called the local non-emergency number to report it and then I waited. I don't remember how long I waited for someone to show up, but it felt like forever. A police officer was the first person there. He asked me a bunch of questions and looked inside the tent. I don't know how he didn't vomit, because the smell intensified threefold when he unzipped it. I couldn't see in from where I was standing and I'm grateful for that. He confirmed that yes, there was a deceased person inside. He gave me his contact card and said I was free to leave. I didn't stick around to see what happened next. I didn't want to. I just wanted to be back home and forget what I saw. It's been almost a week since that day. The problem is, I can't stop thinking about it. I keep thinking about how horrible it must have been for that man being homeless, alone, and suffering out there on his own. I don't know if he was sick or if he just succumbed to the heat. I keep wondering who he was and what happened in his life that got him to that point. I wonder how many people passed by before I did, but just ignored it and kept going. It's not uncommon to see homeless people in my city, so most of us just keep walking and pretend we don't see them. I feel terrible for having such a complacent attitude. I try not to think about it, but every time I do, I can smell it all over again. Even that day, after leaving, I swear the smell was embedded in my nose or something. I have no idea how long he lay there dead and rotting or how long he lay there suffering before that. I don't know what to do. I feel so terrible that he had to go like that. I feel terrible that I didn't ask if he was okay that first time and didn't ask if he needed help. I'm not really a religious person, but whoever he was, I hope he is at peace now. Edit/update, I just wanted to thank everyone for your support, for the advice, and for sharing your own stories. Also, I know that this made some of you really mad, and I don't blame you. I didn't do the right thing, but I definitely know to do better if I ever find myself in a situation like this again. I will be seeking professional counseling soon and have plans for volunteering in my community as well. Story 7. I hate people who try to put me down and I am tired being the bigger person. I hate everyone who thinks or acts superior to other people because of any possible privilege like money. I am tired of rich brats who act like they are God's gift to the world. I am tired of them coming to my home and picking apart my life choices or partner. No matter what I do, I will never be good enough in their eyes. It's like a test I keep failing, but the thing is I am not interested in this test. I got rid of as many people I could, but oh my god, it's like there's a never-ending supply of such assholes. And it kinda gets to your head when your prospective clients also act like such assholes. I know I am not supposed to take all this personally and let it go, practice gratitude or meditation, but heck, I can't stop getting triggered. I even get triggered when it happens to someone else in front of me. Irrespective of whether I know them personally or not. I really want to sock every asshole in the face that does shit like this and snap them out of whatever bubble they live in. I don't want to take the better person stand, but I have to, because healthy society doesn't function like this. Bloody self-obsessed arrogant pricks. I can't help but hope that maybe karma will strike them too. I hope it does. Story 8. Me M28 and GFF30. Should I expose my GF's cheating to her family? Will it help me move on? What will help me to move on? My GF had emotional affair with about to be married colleague last year. We were planning our marriage at that time. And this is not the first time she cheated. She had an affair with a married on her previous relationship and continued talking to him in the first month of our relationship. We are from India and we had 7-year-long relationship when everything came to light. During the emotional affair time, she disrespected me, gaslighted me, and did all the things a cheater would do. When I found all this, I tried reconcile with her, but she didn't make any effort and broke up with me. After 5 months of breakup, she comes back saying she is sorry and couldn't forget me. As a fool would I took her in. She told that her family wants to get us married. I told her to make effort in fixing our relationship. She didn't make an ounce of effort. I don't know why she came back if she doesn't wants to put in work. Right now her family is involved and they wanted me to marry her and gave me an ultimatum of 2 weeks. If I am not ready by then, they will get her married to someone else. I have decided to end it. Now her family is involved. She is more worried about me telling the truth than me leaving her. One of my friends suggested that I should tell everything that happened between us to her brothers so that it would be easy for me to move on. I am worried about her and also worried about she hating me, but so badly I want to take some revenge as she made me fool twice. But I don't know what kind of revenge to take and would it be fair. And I want to move on, forget that such incident ever occurred. My questions. What kind of revenge should I take? Ideas on revenge. Will it make me better to move on? What will help me to move on easily from this relationship and infidelity? And forger that it happened. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.